you for joining another episode of After Telly Talks.
Yeah, this is me talking about the Roman Empire, gay people, and monkeys.
I'll
Like,
take you to
do
the movies. We can go
something.
see Gladiator II again.
Yes, I can show you my twinks.
Your twinks, are they like the gay guys from the night at the museum? Because that's what I'm picturing.
No, they're twins.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're twin emperors, the rulers of
Good
Rome.
for them.
Yeah, the one that I want to obtain. He's like he's a little crazy.
Obtain. You're just gonna like pocket these twinks.
Yeah, I want him in my pocket. He has a pet monkey named Dondis. And he's a little cuckoo because he has syphilis, and it's like affecting his brain.
Syphilis.
Like he got an STD. Like one of the lines in the movie is, "Sorry, my brother's a little crazy right now. He's got a little something going on in his between his legs, and it's affecting his brain." Like that's literally one of the lines. And so he has an STD that's making him go crazy. But he's so fucking cute, man. Like there's a scene where he cries and he like runs away because his brother like threw a drink in his face, and there's this councilman.
Okay, I'm actually kind of excited to watch this.
The councilman like goes in to like comfort him, but the councilman.
Did you like Wicked?
I couldn't give less of a shit about Liquid.
What?
I don't care about Liquid.
What's Liquid?
I'm talking about my gay people.
Okay. I just want to see your review on it.
I don't care about it.
Okay.
I don't care enough about it.
That's so funny. No opinion, just there.
Yeah, I don't care. All I'm thinking about is my gay emperors. But there's a scene where the councilman like wants to become emperor, so he's like trying to put the twins against each other, and so he goes to comfort the one, the crazy one, and he walks into like their throne room, and the emperor's just hiding under the table.
I don't think I've ever heard you this excited about something.
The emperor, he's like hiding under the table, and he's like crying with his monkey. And he's like, and the councilman's, he literally goes, "I see you under there.
Oh my god. Dude, I actually
you.
want to see this.
Come out from under there." And he like comes out, and his like monkey jumps on the councilman, which is totally unplanned because you can't really control a fucking monkey. And the monkey, he's like, "Come up here, come here," and then he's like,
"Unplanned
not you."
monkey.
And then the monkey's like jumping up between the two of them, and while the emperor's like crying and being like, "My brother's mean to me," the monkey, he's like on a little leash, and the leash is just like pulled tight across like the emperor's face, and it's just like him crying with the leash across his face is so funny. And then the councilman like makes him sit down, and he's like, "Your brother is about to rat you out to all the senators and like say that like this revolt is like your fault." And then the emperor's like, "No, he lies." He has like a little tantrum, and he's like, "Well, what are they gonna do to me? Like, are they gonna you have to help me." And the councilman's like, "No, it's not what they're gonna do to you. It's what they're gonna do to Dondis. What are they gonna do to Dondis?" And Dondis is his monkey, and all he cares about is his monkey. And so he's like, "Oh, what are they gonna do to Dondis?" And so then, spoiler, he kills his brother.
Oh shit!
And he becomes the sole emperor. And the
I can't
first.
believe you're spoiling the movie.
This is just common knowledge history.
I know. Yeah.
And the first thing he does as sole emperor is he appoints as councilman, and so he has a meeting with all the senators, and he's like, "Hey guys, as the new sole emperor, I'm going to appoint first councilman citizen Dondis," and he appoints his fucking monkey as a councilman, and the whole Senate is like speechless, and the Senate, the emperor is just like, Councilman Dontus! Hail Dontus! And they're supposed to like hail Dontus, the fucking monkey, and the monkey's just like eating fruit snacks. And they're like, what are we supposed to do? And so the councilman who was like trying to become emperor, he like walks in and he's like, Hail Dontus! And the Senate is like,
Hail
Hail
Dontus!
Dontus! Hail Dontus! And then the emperor appoints the councilman trying to become emperor as second councilman. So he's like higher up right now. He's like the emperor's right hand man essentially. Um and that's like just my favorite part of the entire movie is just that whole chain of events.
I'm kind of obsessed with your description of this movie, and I think I need to see it.
No, you need to see it. It's so good. There's like a couple things that are bad with it. Like there's some of the CGI is like weird, and then there's some audio things where when certain characters talk to like a big crowd, whether that be like in the Coliseum or to like a huge army, in the beginning it doesn't happen, but like when they reach the Coliseum, it happens. It's their voice goes into like a megaphone mode where it just like immediately cuts into like tons of reverb, and their tone of voice doesn't change at all, and they're like not really projecting or talking any louder than they were before, but it just happens to have a ton of reverb, so it sounds like they're talking to like
Oh.
everyone. And then in the Coliseum, while the entire Coliseum, like everyone in the Coliseum is like shouting and screaming, you just can happen to hear the announcer over everyone, even though microphones and like any speakers of any sort didn't exist yet. And the Coliseum's not built for like projection like amphitheaters are. They're just built as like a stadium. So like it wouldn't
Yeah.
have worked. And then they do that outside like on a flat field with a bunch of people on it. So I'm like, why does that happen? I don't know. And there was one more thing I was mad about, but I forgot.
You forgot. Dude, we should just make a podcast about this movie.
Put this in the
I think-
description.
I'm gonna make this a separate description podcast. It goes on for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You talking about gay people and
You're-
monkeys.
You're so thirsting over the gay emperors in Gladiator II and explaining.
Thank you for coming to this secret Telly Talk
thank
episode.
you for what did I call it?
Telly Twinks.
Whoa.
After
After
Telly.
Telly Talks. Yeah, this is the After
Yeah,
Telly Talks.
After Telly Talks. Yeah. Thank you for joining another episode of After Telly Talks.
Yeah, this is me talking about the Roman Empire, gay people, and monkeys. I feel like that's literally my entire life. Gay people, the Roman Empire, and monkeys. Also,
That is
all
you.
bisexual men. Like, that's all bisexual men think about.
Dude, I'm telling you that you're a bisexual man.
Yeah. I just have a woman body, which I'm fine with. I just wish I also had a penis.
You're just like so gender neutrally gay.
I love that. Honestly, if you said that to like 13-year-old me, I think I would be so happy. I'd be like, I finally got there. Thank God.
Okay, 13-year-old soul, you're gender neutrally gay.
In
Court
10
adjourned.
years. Court adjourned. What?
Is that not a thing?
Court adjourned. You have been
Court
court
adjourned.
ruled.
We have ruled that
Gender
soul is gender neutrally
neutrally
gay.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to my After Telly Talk.
You're After Telly Talk. I was
Thank
the
you
one
for
who
coming
was
to
yapping.
Soul's After Telly Talk. They are gay.
Do you have any opinions on Roman emperors? Which one's your
In-
favorite?
I really don't know much about
Here, I'll-
Roman
I'll
emperors.
tell you a
I read Julius Caesar when I was a freshman in high school.
You know, before I knew about the Roman Empire and I read Julius Caesar, I thought Julius Caesar was a mythology.
That's
kind
funny.
of like
Well,
the Trojan horse, but the Trojan
I
horse was
know
real,
I
and
know some
Julius
stuff
Caesar
about
was
like
real.
Persian empires because remember when I read that Greek history book about like their war with Persia and I was telling you all those
Oh yeah,
stories
the
about the different
Peloponnesian
kings?
War? No,
Yeah.
that's not it.
I know, but that's what I know about, but
Think about
I'm
Greek
not
history. Well, okay, so essentially the
I'm the
Romans,
Greek, you're the Roman.
well, the Romans went to Greece and then stole their entire culture, went back to Rome, built that
It's
there,
it's kind
and
of
then the
funny that
Greeks
they
were
stole
like,
culture like that.
yeah, it's like the Greeks were like, hey, that's our stuff. And the Romans are like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What do you
You stole our
mean?
shit. And they're like, what? And they just essentially gaslit the Greeks into being like, actually, no, we've had this since the beginning.
They're so
Yeah,
bad.
the Romans were horrible people. Like, well, not all of them, but like, they straight up would just steal their people's cultures. Like, from the beginning, before they became the Roman Empire, they would just steal, like, the indigenous peoples, like, of Rome, like, the original founders of Rome. Like, the original people that lived in Rome, they would just steal all their
Yeah.
cultures and their gods. And then they went to Greece and were like, yeah, we like this one the most. And then stole that. That's why they have the same gods, the same, like, architecture. That's why all their like, their art styles are, it's usually called, like,
Dude, they just went
Greco-Roman.
copy paste and then we're like, actually they plagiarized me.
Yeah. Like, that's why a lot of their, like, Rome and Greek are, like, connected, like, tied together, because it's, like, like, the architecture style, like, Greco-Roman, it's because they look identical. They're the
That's
same.
crazy. What what is your favorite Roman emperor? Since I don't have one.
Um, um, I don't really, I'm not really in the state to give Roman emperors right now, but from the movie, Caracalla. But Caracalla was a
Dude,
horrible person in real life.
okay, I need to see you soon. Like, we need to hang out soon and we'll go see the movie together.
Well, it's gonna be out of theaters in like 2 weeks.
Shit! I'll come see you ASAP.
Marcus Aurelius was a good guy.
Oh, that's the one who killed Caesar.
Yeah, that's the emperor in the beginning of the first Gladiator movie. And that's
Dude, I need to
he's
catch
like,
up on my Gladiator lore.
yeah, if you watch Gladiator, it's essentially like the Aurelius like tree. Um let me read you some of these emperors and you just pick a favorite.
Okay.
So we have let's see. We have Tiberius, Caesar, Augustus.
Augustus is cool, right?
Well, there's Caesar Augustus, and then there's Tiberius Caesar Augustus. See, they all have the same name, except for
That's
like,
stupid.
okay, Roman names are so insane because they all end in us, and so they all sound the same to me. And so I was really confused the first time I watched Gladiator II. Like, I didn't even
Well,
know
all
any.
Greek people end in like 80s,
Yeah.
so.
So we got Caesar Augustus, we got Tiberius Caesar Augustus, we got Cagula Gaius Caesar Augustus, um, Germanicus. Then we got
Germanicus.
we
Romans
got
are us and Greeks are E's.
yeah, we got Tiberius Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus. And then we got Nero Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus. Basically, you would add on the name from the previous person to
It's too
your
much,
name.
man. I like the very original. Give me the very original Roman emperor. The very first. Rome. Rome, what was his name? Romulus.
Romulus and Remus, the
Romulus?
twins.
Yeah, they're my favorite.
But which one founded it? Because one of
Well,
them killed
Romulus
each
founded
other.
it, right? And then
Well,
because that's why it's Rome and not Reem.
Rom-
They're my favorite, the little wolf boys.
Romulus. They actually mentioned in Gladiator II because there's twin emperors at the time. Who killed who?
They're like Cain and Abel for
'Cause
real.
they were building a city, and then they fought over which hill to like
I'm gonna send
build
you
a
a
city
video.
on.
It's a snowstorm with thunder and lightning, and I think it's exactly Krampus.
I have a Krampus. Romulus and Remus were twins, and they were like castaways. Not castaways. You know what I'm talking about. Cast outs. Outcasts? There we go.
Cast out, castaways.
And so they decided they were like building a city together, and it was gonna be like a big city. And they couldn't decide. They were fighting over which hill to like build their city on. It was like, would you rather build it on the left titty or the right titty? You know, it's like they couldn't decide. And so they started fighting. And so they built walls over their distinct hills, and they started like war with each other. And then eventually Romulus climbed over the wall and killed Remus. And then Romulus became the ruler of Rome for 40 years. But he was not an emperor.
Oh. Well, in my heart, he was.
The first Roman emperor was Augustus. Also
All
known
right,
as...
he can win because he was the OG before everyone was named after him.
Wait, no. I don't believe this. Because Augustus came after Caesar, but Caesar was also... Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, Rome makes no sense. We might as well change it to Reem.
Let's build an empire and call it Rome.
Dude, America's empire's about to fall. We can rise out of the ashes. We're hitting our 250-year mark with Trump in office.
Why don't we just kill him?
Dude, no one
No
can assassinate him right. Why don't we just do it right?
It's so easy.
Well, they killed that CEO guy. I think that was a win.
Yeah. And then
I love that good old-fashioned assassination is back.
The NYPD is like fucking thirsting over the assassinator because he's like so good at it. They're like, he did a great job.
Used a silencer, but he's like a Batman villain. Like, he wrote words on the bullets. Like, dude.
Yeah, like if there was like a public like the police like went to go talk to the public about it, and they're like, yeah, he like was awesome. Like, he was so cool.
Everyone's obsessed with him, and I think that's fantastic.
Yeah. And then when they unmask him, everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, he's hot.
Well, yeah, because they thought they found a guy who wasn't actually him, and everyone thinks he's hot.
Yeah.
This random-ass dude is being framed for a murder, and also everyone in the world thinks he's hot now. Like, a win, I guess? Thank you for coming to After Telly Talks, where we actually talk about what's on our mind.
Wait,
Assassination
I figured out
attempts.
who I am.
What?
I figured out who I am.
Who are you?
I'm Maximus Decimus Viridius Octavius Augustus Caesar.
Of course you are.
Titus Lucius Varro. Peruvian.
What?
Constantine.
Constantine.
And I am the rightful ruler of Rome. Have a good night.
I'm gonna shit myself for real. We're gonna found Reem once we kill Trump. Goodbye.